Hey guys, welcome to Becoming Soulful. We are here talking about family, marriage, women empowerment, and how a husband and wife together become a power couple by focusing on their future family and how they can take care of the children, how they can have a vision for the family. So we are inviting so many of my friends, many leaders, and many of people who are passionate about their life, and they work on their passion and they do something about their passion. And I really love all these people who invest time and whose family is helping such women and men to work on their passion. So today I have a very interesting friend of mine. Her name is Shraddha Neeraj. And if I have to introduce herself, she is qualified CFA, and she had a very good career in finance and equity markets. I rarely find any women, I hardly find any women in finance and equity. For the first time, I am inviting somebody, a woman from finance and equity markets. And she had a lot of experience in her work, but she was attracted to entrepreneurship because she was a Gujarati. And then she has started her own organization. And what I like about her is she is working towards something called attitude of gratitude. And she is with us today. And I'm going to invite Shraddha. Hi, Shraddha. Please come on the camera. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Vimala. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm fine too. So I have been attracted towards you. I invited you especially because I like the word thrive with Shraddha Neeraj. And the attitude of gratitude is one of my favorite concept because it heals many people. When we start working on our gratitude, we start forgetting our problems and we start
Absolutely.
counting our blessings. And I'm really attracted towards what you're doing. And that's why I invited you here for my audience. Please introduce yourself, Shraddha.
Firstly, I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my journey, to share what I do. And I think it's absolute pleasure to be here. I just have this one hope that I can inspire one lady with my journey, with what I'm doing. If one person also feels that, okay, I should build this attitude of gratitude, I think my work is done. So that's all that I want to share in the interview that we're going to have today. Coming to my journey, I have had a very humble beginning. My parents, we are from native Mumbai. I'm a Gujarati married to a South Indian. So it's a love marriage, but my parents have been born and brought up in Mumbai. I have been born and brought up in Mumbai. Same as for my husband. We've been throughout like our age in Mumbai. So Mumbai is more like a home than, it's more like a native as against where we hail from. Our grandparents or, our ancestors lived in our natives. And we have had, again, hailing from village to a city like Mumbai and kind of creating your own life. My parents had their own struggles of, raising us, making a house of their own in city like Mumbai. So we've had very humble beginning. I have kind of been raised in Chol, and not that they didn't give me best of everything. I think they gave me everything that I always, I was treated like a princess. Whatever I pointed on, my father made sure, my mother made sure that we had it, whatever I wanted to eat or whatever I desired. So I've had a wonderful childhood, but I always also had this desire that I want to take my parents' life. They have done enough for me. Now when I grow up, I'm going to take them to a next level. As a child, you see a lot of other things around you, and then you want to be there. You want to take your parents there, not because they can't do it, but you want to do it for your own self. Like, it's like a self motivation. At least I have been somebody like that. And that is when, I always had this dream of making more money so that I can upgrade them to a better home, get them a better car and stuff like that. And I figured out that science is something that I don't enjoy. I enjoy commerce. Again, my father has been a businessman, so numbers, accounts. My mother has been a graduate in commerce, so again, I think more of that has been there inside me. And that is when I was like, I have to do something more. I have to pick up a field where I'll get a lot of money so that I can upgrade my lifestyle. And that's when I understood that finance is a field where you get a lot of money. And that's when I started to figure out what I want to do. I studied really hard, and at that point of time, uh, becoming a finance grad, nobody in my family has been in finance, so I had my own challenges of studying and getting through. So I made I studied, I cleared, and I became a CFA. uh, After becoming a CFA, talking to my coaches, mentors who helped me to clear CFA, I asked them which is a bit best field to be in, which can give me good money, and also what I've studied makes more relevant sense doing that kind of a job. So
I'm
they
sorry to interrupt. What is the expansion for CFA?
it's chartered financial analyst.
Analyst. Okay. Huh. So numbers,
So
you love numbers. You love numbers.
yeah, so I my job is to sit and evaluate numbers, create business models in Excel sheet, how companies, how do they function, maybe talk to the management, and maybe figure out what is the future growth prospect, in terms of numbers. So that is what was my profile as an equity research analyst. And then I had to go and pitch to investors and stuff like that. So work in equity research with renowned brokerage houses. And one thing I understood is in my career that whatever recommendations I gave, people who had money made investments in those stocks. And by investing in those stocks, they made money as well. They made a lot of money.
Wow.
Now, because they had the power to make that investment, that money worked for them. I said, I cannot make wealth for others. I want to use this knowledge to make wealth for my own self. And that is when, and again, coming from like a Gujarati family background, which is run by business, I always had this pull towards entrepreneurship. I always wanted to do something of my own. And but again, coming from when your parents know that you are in a good position, you're doing a good job, they don't want you to leave your job. They want you to feel that secured money coming into your account. It's very natural for any parent. They're like, you having a fixed income, why do you want to get into an unknown territory where you don't know where the money is going to come in from? And at that point of time, I was also looking to get settled and stuff like that. So I said that why not begin with as a parallel, maybe I start a side hustle along with my job. If this goes really well, then I can quit my job and pick it up full time. Then that's how it began. And 2 years into entrepreneurship, so basically I got an opportunity to work with one of my ex-colleague who has been a really good friend of mine. He is also a Gujarati, very ambitious, always looking to kind of upgrade lifestyle, kind of mindset match we had. And he said that, Shraddha, this is a really amazing opportunity, why don't we get together and do this? And for me as an analyst, I always evaluated risk and reward. What is the risk involved and what is the reward involved? And I saw it was kind of something that I could take. Back then I was in my late 20s, and I said, I still have good amount of time in my hand. Even if things don't go well, I have time to explore right now. Maybe after, once I reach my, say, late 30s, or once I hit my 40s, I don't think I can start a business, because that's the time you want to really go with a little smooth life. So I said, this is the time I can explore around. And my husband, then we were in relationship. I always he also knew what my desires were, and he said, yeah, it's okay, we can always try around. So we got married. Within 6 months, this opportunity came. I picked up, started working parallelly. And let me tell you, entrepreneurship is not an easy boat to sail. It has its own highs and lows and stuff like that. So yeah, first 2 years went really well. What I earned in my job in a month, I started earning that much in a week in my business, and that was so exciting. I was like, wow, this is really good. I want to now get full time into this. And like it said, when you decide to do something, universe really tests you, how serious you are. And then as soon as I quit my job, within 6 months, things started to kind of shake, and the whole journey, things started to kind of go down south. Um, Again, pulled up, did things, uh, things were going. Now, one good thing was that me and my husband, we decided one thing, that if I'm quitting my job, he will keep his job. Because at the end of the day, what is important is we also have to take care of family back home. So both of us cannot be in a risky territory. One of us can venture out and one has to stick to the traditional job. So he chose to stay back with job. I chose to move further into entrepreneurship. And trust me, without his support, it would have been very difficult. But then again, like I said, entrepreneurship is a rocky ship that we have. I hit the lowest of my life. Things were just not going well. Business was like really down close. Nothing was working out,
Which year of business was this? How many years you experimented and then you succeeded and then it went deep down?
So for first 2-3 years, business was doing really well. At the end of the third year, things started to kind of get into a rocky mode. And third year was like really, really tough. I was losing my own confidence, because when you do certain things, you don't get results. It kind of disheartens you, discourages you, and rejections kind of impact you. So I had my own journey of dealing with rejections and all. But I was lucky enough to have mentors to kind of also pull me up, my husband as a support to pull me up. So things were not as bad. But if you look at it from a perspective of an entrepreneur, my bank account is like literally nil. My somewhere, every relationship I had, maybe because something internally was not right. So I think something or the else was just just not going right with relationship. I used to end up having arguments or things like that. So relationships were also a little rocky. Health was kind of up and down. No confidence. So overall, the lowest point of my life is what I consider till now. And then I chose that this is it. I was in actually a denial mode. I was not ready to accept that I'm unable to do business correctly. I was like, I'm doing it right, I was not open to change. And that's when I accepted that I think there is something not going right. I need to work around something. The moment I accepted, I started to get advices. Universe started to help me. And that's when I was introduced
can
to.
I interrupt? Can I interrupt? Because this is a very, very important phase. So what is that point where you started accepting? What made you to do that? What is the shift happening there?
I'll tell you, everything was just not working. Whatever I did, I had an opposite what I intend to. Okay, I got an opposite answer, or maybe the outcome was quite opposite. So if I wanted to maybe say, how do I explain? If I wanted a particular deal to go through, and everything of the deal was check, 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 check. I think at the last minute, something unusual came up and the deal was called off. So this happened. If it happens once, it's understood. Maybe second time, third time, fourth time, you just don't gel well with one person, it's okay. You don't gel with every person, I think there is something wrong with it. So I basically started to kind of look into my own self, started to kind of be more aware of what is happening. And that's when I realized that I'm actually in a denial mode. I am not accepting. My mentors gently started to pinpoint me in this direction. They started to guide me that, Shraddha, just have a look what's happening in your day. Are you really complaining a lot, or what is happening? Because everybody cannot be wrong, right? And I believe them. So that really helped me. When you believe in somebody, when they're giving you a piece of advice, at least you pay some heed to it, right? So that's what I did, and I'm so glad that I did, because that's where I went into a different level of introspection, which helped me in identifying that there is something in my pattern which is wrong, and I need to break that pattern. And again, I'm so grateful to my mentor, because I still remember the sentence he told me that day, and that was the turning point of my life. He said that, Shraddha, either you can be grateful or you can be complaining. Gratitude and complaints don't go together. You can never be grateful and then still have complaints. And this was this one statement that I so clearly remember. And at that moment, I didn't understand the depth of it. But as I hold on to that statement, and I said that, okay, let me find out during my day, how much do I complain? Okay. And let me find out how much do I be grateful for. And that's when when you introspect, you see what you're doing, you realize that, oh my God, of 10 blessings, I am actually complaining 20. My complaints are more than my blessings, counting my blessings. So that's the whole journey began of getting gratitude into my life, practicing gratitude. So I've been practicing for 5 years. I've been entrepreneur for past 8 years, and I've been practicing gratitude for 5 years now without break. I've been every day consistently counting my blessings in, either via writing or removing time meditating on what all good things that I have in my life. And it has that was actually introduction, and introduction to gratitude has been the turning point. Things started to slowly change in my life. Slowly relationships in my life started to improve. Then began my confidence, then began my money. And now from zero to few lakhs is the whole transition, and it's still going on. I'm still a work in progress. I would not say that I have reached where I want to, because that would be a very false statement. We are lifelong learners, so I'm still learning. But what really happened is, in 2020, I saw a lot of people around me similar to what I was when I was in my low, because of the pandemic, because of the worry and the whole issue of corona. And that's when I started. I felt that why not help simple it is to include this practice of gratitude. So that's where I started with family, friends, and they really benefited. They then pushed me to kind of take it up as a coaching business. And that's when I launched my brand Tribe with Shraddha Neeraj. And it's been a journey not looking back. Now it's been more than 1.5 years. I've been teaching people, I've been educating them on how can you be more grateful. It sounds very simple, gratitude is like saying thank you. But trust me, in my 5 years, in different situations, when you give in to your negative thoughts, I have found out small hacks which you can easily use in your life, uh, to not think or be complaining person who is complaining, but instead shift to being a person who is grateful. So that's what my 5 years journey, I compress it and I teach people when I teach them gratitude.
Yeah,
So that's my journey.
Yeah, I really agree with you. Whatever we do, the simple habit, I have my daily practice. It is the first thing in the morning. The first thing in the morning will be writing gratitude. Three things I do: gratitude, and then immediately forgiveness, including forgiving myself. These two, my day starts with these two. Otherwise, I cannot move forward. So whatever I do, yeah,
I have my book as well. Yeah. I start my day with day and night both. I start my mornings with gratitude.
Practice. It's such a simple practice. Trust me, it cleanses you on a daily basis. It sounds so simple. Yes. It was in our culture. It is still in our culture in terms of festivals. All the festivals are meant for Thanksgiving, but we have got distracted, and we are now thinking it is all Western concept. No, it is an Indian concept. Gratitude was part of our culture itself. And this festival,
absolutely,
Shankaranti or Pongal, we call it, whatever we celebrate is gratitude. But bringing into our daily practice is awesome. I fully agree with you. And most of them are thinking it is the skill, the entrepreneur skill is what makes it. But all the personal habits are the ones which is going to make the entrepreneurship very, very successful. Now, my next curious question, Shraddha.
Yes.
Is how your family supported this, because most of the women, the challenge will be getting the support of the family, and especially when you're not doing well, or especially when you started it. How was the response? Give me the ugly side of it. Don't give me the beauty side of it.
So I'll give you both sides of it. I'll give you both sides of it. Okay. So when we began, what really happened is, like I told you, it started as a side hustle. Okay. So after my work hours, I had to kind of work on this every day for 2 hours at least, because otherwise it's very difficult to build something, right? If you can't give time. And that meant that my office would get over in the evening at 6:30 or maybe 7. And then traveling back, meeting my partners, sitting there, working on the whole thing. Easily 10 o'clock would just be like this. I would, and 10 o'clock is most of the time people expect. And I was 6 months into my wedding, okay, just newly married. It's just 6 months. So people expect, right? They expect you to come back home, take care of the family. But I have been blessed. Like, my in-laws, they didn't 100% subscribe to us, me and my husband. Again, my husband initially started with me, along with me, in the whole entrepreneurial journey. um, and they didn't subscribe much to we doing it, because they were worried that, why are you pushing yourself so much? You're just newly married, why don't you take life easy, enjoy your new phase? So they were really like, why do you need to do this? That initial resistance was there. But then we kind of explained them, and they were still not in with it, because according to them, we're living a good life, we have a house, we get what we want. Why do you want to make crores of rupees? Why do you want to go into that zone? You have a good job, secured paying job, your weekends are good, then why are you hustling so much? Basically, that was their concern. And they were mostly concerned, is what I see. But they never stopped us, they never stopped me, or they, my husband, when he used to support me, they never told him that, why are you encouraging her to do all that? No, they've been like somebody who has been, uh, they're like, okay, we understand you want to do this, but then beyond a point we cannot support you. Like, if you get tired, you can't do this, you can't do that, then we can't come and help you. You will have to take care of your own things at that point of time, which is, I think, fair enough. So that was one part of the journey. There were times when I had to work really late, and it was not in sync with my in-laws. And we had those red flags where, they would say that, it's better that you don't stay so late out. But that's when my husband stepped in, and he said that, no, we really want to do this. So we know the outcome, we know the consequences. We will make sure that we inform you where we are and what time are we coming home, because I stay in a joint family, I stay with my in-laws. So they are worried if we are not. Sometimes our meetings would go a little long, and they would go up to, like, say 12 or 12:30 at night. They would It's natural for a parent to be worried, right, that where are you so late out. And that is where he stepped in, and he said that, what, let us do this, let her pursue what she wants to pursue. She thinks this is her calling. I am there by her side to support her, so let us do that. And that's how, he really helped me, shielded me through that resistance which parents were facing. And our parents also, initially few months, they were a little upset, but then eventually they understood that this is something that gives me joy, and they agreed to it. Like a lot of people don't agree, and there's a lot of friction in the family, right? Here, at least, I have been blessed in this sense, where they have been, uh, they don't still subscribe to me being an entrepreneur, but they don't push their mindset on me. That's the advantage that I have.
But
We still,
but when your health went for a toss, there would have been some kind of questioning, right? Because nobody
yeah,
can relate when you spoil your health.
absolutely. So we had these minor, subtle hints going on, coming to us, saying that, who's telling you to work so hard? Then, if your health is taking a toll, then who's telling you to work so hard?
Yeah.
And they're fair. I mean, if you ask me, if I am a parent, and if I have to see
Yeah,
my kids
fine. It's
going
fine.
through that, I will feel like that. And I kind of don't blame them. I know it's their care and concern, but again, it's something that I also am drawn to, and I'm working towards too. So yeah, I took it with a pinch of salt, and I said that it's more of a care concern, and not, a lot of times what happens is people get into this argument, like this, or maybe they raise their voice, and they kind of want to put their point across. The lowest phase of my life also made me understood that sometimes, what, not fighting for your point, okay, and just kind of letting that person vent out whatever their internal thing is. you just kind of stay put, because they will not understand what you are going through, and they will not understand your journey. My dreams are different, their dreams are different. If you have same dream, then maybe, see, I can relate to what you are saying, because you are an entrepreneur, you have a dream, you're working on something, so it's easy for me to relate to you. But if you are not in the same orbit or the same thought process, it's quite difficult to kind of understand what I'm going through, right? So I have been kind of going a little eased out, and then that's what my even husband would say, that, you know what, our parents are just concerned, so sometimes if they are too kind of built up, let them vent it out, don't react. Sometimes it's better to not react. So I have had a real strong support, from my husband, in all these things, whether it's emotional, whether even it's financial, because when my business was not doing well, I really needed that financial support also. If you are not making money via sales in your business, but you still have to go and meet people, you still have to undertake your running expenses. And that's when, my husband has been a very strong support there. He would I would find it very difficult to ask money from him, but because I have been independent throughout. When I started working, I had my own finances, my father never took my money. That money was always with me, and I used to take care of it. So in the business, when there is no money flowing in your bank account, is like almost nil, and you have to go and ask. Trust me, it's not that easy. At least I didn't find it easy. My journey has not been easy there. I found it so difficult to ask him, if I had to go somewhere, if I needed some money in my account, I would feel so hesitant to go and ask him, saying that please transfer some funds to my account. But I had no option. I did it. And then sometimes, the understanding that my husband had with me, and my husband we have, is so wonderful. Sometimes I never had to tell him, he could gauge, and without me telling him, he would transfer the funds into my account. So that's the level of, what do you say, support I have got from him, which, trust me, has helped me to become the entrepreneur that I am today.
Okay, so
Without that support.
I want to interrupt here,
Yes,
Shraddha.
please.
Okay, so what is that one secret you want to share with all the women? It's not that not the husbands don't want to support, not the mother-in-laws, father-in-law, or whatever parents don't want to support. What is that in you as a person has made them cooperate? Because
Has made them cooperate.
let us be very, very down to earth. To this, the intention of this channel is to help people understand that we all not have a very cooperative families, but we all have passion. And after marriage, we don't need to lose that. Especially women, we have a lot of challenges, but still we can work on ourselves to make the family support. So everybody comes and complains, right? I don't have a supportive mother-in-law, I don't have a supportive husband, but there's something in you as well made them to cooperate. So the credit doesn't go to always to the other person. So tell me, what is that in you has made you to help them cooperate with you or understand?
So I'll tell you this one secret, or maybe this one tip that I would want to share with all your audiences, all the women. What vision you have for yourself, okay? There will come a point of time where nobody will believe in you. Nobody. But what is really, really important is that you believe in yourself. Again, the reason I'm saying this is, we had, me and my husband also, he's been a strong support, but there were point of time in our journey where we didn't agree with each other, and we both have been somebody, like, we agree to disagree. Okay, we can be at a point where it's okay, you don't take my point, I don't take your point. Okay, and I felt that on couple of moments, and I felt that, my husband is just not agreeing to my point of view, and I think I'm all alone now. He's just not agreeing to this. But I never gave up on myself. I said that, no, this is my vision. They are not able to see what I'm able to see right now. They're not able to see the way I'm working on myself. They're not able to see that. Maybe few months down the lane they will see. Maybe few years down the lane they might be, I'm not sure whether they'll see or not, but they might be able to see. But I know what I'm working, so I have to just trust my own self, with support, without support. You have to keep on believing in yourself, because that's what will keep you going. Otherwise, I can tell you, zero support can be difficult.
Give that what makes you give that strength and belief in you. For me, if I understand that clarity in your vision is what makes you a different person. When you're very clear
Right.
what you really want and you know you want to achieve this, the dramas are not important. My vision is more important than the dramas. That made
Right.
you to keep you going, right?
Absolutely. That is one more thing. And the other thing which I would want to highlight here is that, like, a lot of women must be mothers, right? Now, sometimes when you put some restriction on your child, is not that you don't love your child. The restriction is to maybe improve your child, right? So in a similar fashion, sometimes people, when they don't agree to you, you just don't need to react to that. You just have to believe in yourself and keep going, because what really happens is, eventually everything falls in place. And that's when people start noticing कि, अरे, what you did at that point of time was for something good only. Say for example, I
But
make a
but
few
I'm
crores.
sorry, but that doesn't look like a rebel. But that doesn't look like rebel because you have to stay back in. You have to come back home late. You're not listening to them. They take it as disrespect, and because of that, the sequence of actions come, and then you. So how do you deal with that?
So I'll tell you how does this all really eventually fall in places. When the short term, when you're really working and the business is kind of still picking up, there will come a phase in your life when business will pick up, when money will start flowing, when you will have people who will take care of what work you are doing right now. So you have that free time for yourself. Then when you upgrade your lifestyle, you move to a better house, you move to a better car, you take them to good vacations, whatever, materialistic things which they never thought they could afford themselves. When you are going to gift it to them, that is when they will come and tell you that, no, we're sorry, we didn't really approve you then, we thought you were a rebel, but now we know you were
No,
working for our good.
Shraddha, I haven't come to this phase at all. I'm talking about the beginning phase where they don't see the vision, they don't understand what
They
you're
will
doing,
not, but
but
they will not, no.
you're staying late, you're coming home late, and they feel though it is out of care, they are saying not to come home late. How did you manage to still do it? Because it will be treated as disrespect, it will be treated as you're not listening.
So I'll tell you in this how I tried to balance out was, so there are like expectations, right? There are 10 expectations of you. Okay, I tried to hit 5 to 7, and I'm telling you, it's not going to be easy. Okay, it was not easy for me. There were certain expectations which were, not only my in-laws but my parents also had, and I used to feel the pull. I had to go to that grind to come out as a stronger individual. So if you meet 60-70%, this is what has happened with me. I'm not sure whether this will happen with people who are watching this, but this is generally, if somebody is happy with you with X amount of expectations, like if you only fulfill two of their expectation of 10, then they feel a lot dissatisfied. But if you fulfill at least 60 to 70, small things, if you do that, then they will understand कि अच्छा ठीक है, let that person be, these things are taken care of. And also a open communication channel is very important. You can always, you don't need to shout, you don't need to kind of get into a fight. You can always have a calm, settled conversation saying that, what, these are your expectations, I can meet these right now because I'm working towards this goal, which is not only for me, it's for us, it's for our family. And if I achieve this, we all can live a better life. So I'll be able to fulfill this, and this I might not be able to. I'll try my best, but I might not be able to. I really request you to give me your support.
So that
So maybe
can I make it a little more personal? So it will be common across all the homes. So what are the 1, 2, 3 expectations you manage to give, and what are the expectations you said I will not be able to give? Give simple common examples that will happen in all the homes. For
okay,
example, in
so
my home, it will be cooking. I have to ensure
absolutely.
that the food is in the table. Whatever you do, do it. But the food has to be in the table. The house has to be clean.
Absolutely. So these are the few expectations.
Yeah.
House has to be clean. Maybe if you say, if you need to take the parent to for some medication
Yeah.
or some doctor hospital related, you need to be there. So those expectations are met. Now what expectations I keep as a negotiable one is maybe going for a full day outing to a relative's place. I say that it's really not possible for me because I have my work. If it's close by, I can drop in for an hour. I can just come say hi, maybe even take on that social part. But it's not possible for me to do the whole day event. And I'm telling you, this is not only for my in-laws, but this is what I had to tell my parents as well, because my parents also expected that you don't visit us so often now, you're so busy, you understand, because parents also want to meet you, right? So I stay very close to my parents, and my visits to them really came down because I had long duration days. My days were a little longer because of work. So I had to actually sit down and make them understand that it's not possible right now, and I will do this. The idea is to take you here, to do this is what I aspire to. You have given me this, now I want to give you this. And that is when, when you emotionally connect with your parents, I'm sure they will not approve, but then they will at least try to support you. So I lot of entrepreneurs, women, they don't open up about their dreams to their family. This is also one thing that I have observed. If you can just let them in your dream and share that this is what I look at, this is what I want to do, this really brings me joy, trust me, they will initially hesitate, but then they will support you because they see you happy. And that's all what parents wants, right? Most of the parents wants that, okay, husband wife khush hai, beta bahu khush hai, then we are good. At least that's the people I have come across with. If there are more, if you have
Thank you
come across
so
people who
much.
are
Yeah,
different.
that's a lot of tip. Thank you so much. If you have to give one last advice just for 60 seconds for my audience, especially the husband and the wife and the in-laws, if they have a very ambitious woman in the home, what is that one simple advice? If you have to give a very short advice, what will you give?
First is believe in yourself, like I said. Second is keep your communication channels really clear. In the sense, just share what you really feel, share it with your family, let them know. And I assure you, if once you are able to pass on this message, you will get their support. So irrespective of you get or not, but always believe the first point that I said, believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will ever do. So
Yeah.
these are the two pieces
Beautiful.
of advice I have for your
Beautiful.
audience.
Thank you so much. God bless you abundantly. You have to achieve all your dreams and you have to help more people. You have to impact more people and convey my regards to your husband, who's very, very supportive. My respect to your mother-in-law, father-in-law, your parents. You have a lovely people around you, and that's because you have attracted that kind of an energy around you. Thank you so much. And you have to come on another show to teach how to do gratitude, how to do law of attraction with my audience.
Absolutely.
I'm going to put all your details in the description box, and my people will get in touch with you. Thank you so much, Shraddha.
Thank you so much, Vimla. Thank you so much for having me, and God bless you and all your audience with abundance always. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So guys, that's it from Shraddha and me. I'll come back again with another interesting person who is going to come and share golden nuggets about how to have dreams, how to achieve dreams. Women out there, please stop giving excuses and focus on attracting good energy. People around you are energies. So if your energy is in place, you will attract the right energy. So don't expect to work on others' energy, work on your energy. That energy will attract the right people around you. So if you feel a lot of negativity in your life, don't try to change the external negativity, work on your energy. So I'll come back again with another person, interesting person who's going to share. Until then, please like, share, subscribe, and share this video with a lot more women who are very passionate, who are very ambitious, and who are handling multiple roles. Thank you so much. Please, I'll put all the details in the description box regarding Shraddha Neeraj. You can contact her if you need any help regarding law of attraction or any finance help. She's a finance analyst as well. So thank you so much. Like, share, and subscribe. See you again. I'm Vimla Rani from Becoming. Thank you so much.